Um, can you tell us when you first thought about immigrating, and why did you choose the U.S. to immigrate to?
Um, so I actually never really wanted to come to the US. Um, I had traveled throughout Europe and really enjoyed Europe. At that point, Europe had its borders, and when you had your passport, you went from country to country and you got your passport stamped. And for a number of years, I did, it's called Interrail. So I got a train ticket, and you can literally jump on the train, you can go anywhere in Europe. And so I visited a number of different countries. They had all, the different languages, and it was just incredible. My whole family lived in my hometown. Nobody moved away. My sisters both married, lived around the corner from my parents. Definitely very sort of, insular. The reason I came here was because I met my husband, who was an American. And so at that point I was a quantity surveyor. I'd graduated college, and actually I'd also taken up a teaching position. I was teaching construction math at like city college level, and he came on a Fulbright teacher exchange program where you literally swap lives with someone else. And so he wanted to come to Britain. He actually wanted to go to inner city London and ended up in inner city Belfast because he put down the UK, United Kingdom, and Northern Ireland's part of that. So they try and hook you up with someone who teaches the same subject, or there has to be some connection. And this man from inner city Belfast wanted to come to San Francisco and teach. And so my husband teaches at Lowell, and he decided he was going to come. They swapped jobs for a whole year. You swap jobs, they swapped houses, they even swapped cars. They swapped just like their two lives just swapped. And so it's an amazing opportunity. And he came, and we actually met in a pub. That's where a lot of people socialise in Ireland. And within 6 months, we had got engaged and we were married. And I think the main reason for that actually was that to immigrate to the US is really very difficult. And I could come on something called an engagement visa, because we were engaged, and that visa would only last me 3 months. And so within that 3-month period, we had to get married, and we had to, had to fulfill the obligations of me sort of coming legally. And so I couldn't see doing that, because it would mean we didn't have a lot of money, and it would mean me coming here and then going back to Ireland to get married, because I want to get married in my home with my family. And so instead we got married before we came here, to cut down on the middle visa, so that I just had to get a visa to be able to come here. And because we're governed by Great Britain, in Belfast we only have a consulate, we don't have an embassy. And so I had to travel to London and go through the visa process actually in London. And it wasn't difficult. I needed to apply for it. What they did make me do was go through a